everybody. It is day 11. Happenstance Journal Project, Phase 2 backgrounds, day 11. This is the next to last background, and we have no theme for today and tomorrow. So I was trying to clean up a little bit of the mess we have created. And y'all know every time I would have a little bit or bob left, I'd stick it over to the side of I was calling it my bucket, but it's actually just a plastic bowl. Well, here they are. This is all those bits and bobs and pieces we'll use later. So I thought we would start with the little ones and save out these big ones in case we need them, and just scrapbook these. Scrapbook. Oh, Lord have mercy. I've never scrapbooked a day in my life. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, it's really early. I was not intending to be up this early, but kittens had other ideas. And I figured since I was up anyway, and they're eating their breakfast, I'd come in here and do this. So, we're going to just take all these bits and bobs. Some of them were left over from, the ephemera makes. Some of them were left over from the scrapbooking. Some of them are those ends, which, yeah, some of the ends. So I thought we would just take all of this, glue it down on a big sheet, see what we get. Will we be done? I don't know. We'll see if I like it. Is it a little bit of a cop-out? Because I don't really have an idea. A little bit. But, I do want to use up all these bits and bobs that were left over because, I just don't want them just sitting in that bucket until I get sick of the bucket being so full and throw them away. And we know they'll go with the stuff we're using because they're what was left over from all the stuff. So, alright, I have my trusty coffee. Let's light a candle this morning because my allergies are horrible. See if that'll clear my sinuses a little bit. I have the watercolor bits in here. I didn't separate them out. Most of them are the scraps left from actually making the cards. I don't know if I'll use them or not. They're pretty thick and heavy. We'll decide when we get to them. But yeah, there are some watercolor bits in here. Like I said, we'll decide then. Alright, so candle. Let's go with this one. We haven't burned this one. We've burned the vanilla the last couple times. Although, to be honest, what I need to be doing is putting some, opening some eucalyptus in here. I do have eucalyptus oil. Y'all, if you have horrible sinuses, I will tell you, get some eucalyptus oil, put a couple of drops in the shower, and when you get a really hot shower, which is all I believe in, and it will really open your head. Ah! I thought it went out. So we're going to set that aside. Okay, so this is that charcoal mixture. This is what I thought it would look like when it dried on the page. And of course, if you have watched that video, you know that is not what it looked like when it dried on the page. It was almost see-through. But isn't that cool? Okay, so true confessions, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But some of these skins I've pulled up have been really cool. And the ones that have just been like, oh, those are really cool, I have kept them, quite honestly. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But you can't tell me that isn't cool. So, anyway, yeah. I have these skins. I don't know. All right, we're going to set him over there in the bucket that we just emptied. All right, but we do have a clean tray for the matte medium. All right, let's grab some paper and get started. Oh, I almost forgot. Happy Good Friday, y'all, if you're in the United States. Hopefully you too have the day off. All right, chipboard brush. Let's go. Hey everybody. Okay, so I decided rather than you'll have to watch a ton of this just because of a few random comments I make here and there, I decided that instead I would just do a voiceover and let you know that I just did the collage. I used regular matte medium and all those scraps. I started with my big pieces and I kind of work it like it's a puzzle. I start with the big pieces on the edges and then work my way towards the center. I saved those little strips for the end for two reasons. One, I had to swap to the gel medium because some of them were a little thick and I was worried about them sticking. And also so that they could be the top layer. I think this is probably all I'm going to do, but I'll cut them down and see first. But it's just your basic collage. Alright? Hopefully that's explanation enough. Enjoy the little video. I decided to pop in again just to tell you those two little pieces I'm putting down, the orange and then the yellow, they're vellum. Watch them as this thing goes through. They just start crinkling and they don't stop. I'm not sure what I'm going to be left with when it's actually dry. You can already see them crinkling up. When I add more on top, it just gets worse.
At this point, it kind of looks like woven paper, and I really played that up right here, especially with that purple that I had coming from the top and bottom as if it was going under those other papers. Um, I really started to getting into it and liking it, so I just thought I would point that out in case you're wondering if I realized I did that or not. At this point, I'm just turning it over to get a new view of it, a new perspective. Sometimes I think it helps you to do that so you can see where you need to add and what's getting all the attention. That little piece I'm taking off was part of a drop cloth, and it had something that had gotten too hard on it. It just wasn't going to stick. So I took it off. I actually like that long brown strip there better anyway.
All right, we didn't use up all the scraps, but I think we're pretty good. I'm actually now worried about tearing it. I don't think it's gonna tear. I think it's gonna be too many layers. So I may have to get out my gigantic cutting mat and blade to cut it. I'll let y'all know. I will let it dry. I'll cut it down off camera, and I'll let you know what feats I had to go to actually cut it. Um, I don't know if I like it or not. We'll wait until we see when it's cut down and we can see it as it's going to actually look. Um, I didn't use the heavy watercolor pieces. I didn't use them, but that's okay. They can be used for something else. And I had, I don't know if you can see it off camera, so just a little bit left. So, yeah, we used a lot. All right, let's let it dry. They are cut down, and I do like them. They're not completely finished, but I've decided that I really won't know how I want to finish them until I go to use them. So I think for right now, they're pretty good. There's a lot going on, but that's really what I was going for. And then by how I finish them off when I use them, I can play up or play down individual colors. I don't know. I love that strip. Isn't it weird how you just really love one thing? I don't know. I really do. But anyway, I can play up or down one color when we actually, or two colors or whatever, when we actually use them. So we're at 44 backgrounds. We did have two little bands left over. I will add those to our pile of layering pieces so that we have got a goodly stack. I will also tell you that I found some more cleanup pages and unused mini collages from when I did the focal points. And then a couple of cut pieces of scrap paper that I didn't use that also would make great layering papers. So I'm adding them to the stack. And then remember, we'd already discussed that we can add vintage papers like this Rolodex card, or well, I don't have any full sheets on hand, but music paper, book paper, things like that. So one more background and we will have all our backgrounds and we'll be ready for the next phase. Yeah, so I hope you're having fun. Remember, you're gonna have a week, actually almost a week and a half, because the last video for this is going to be Sunday, and then we won't start the assembly days until Monday the 24th, I think. Is that Monday? So you've got the rest of this weekend, well, which is just Sunday, and then the whole next week and that weekend to do whatever you're going to do. And I still haven't made the video talking about what to gather up. If you haven't done phase 1 and phase 2 and you still want to do phase 3, but you can do it. So I will get that done. Bye, y'all.